Yo, what's up? How you doing? It's Weird World Weekly, a production of Galactic Netcasts.
We're here to
I'm
pick up
Dave.
your daughter. Oh,
What?
well, you made it sound like we were some creepy, 21-year-old biker picking up a high school girl and talking to her dad.
No, stop it. No, I'm just trying to be different. You know me. I'm never happy with just the same intro every single time, so I try to mix it up a little bit.
That's why I like you, Dave.
Thanks. Is that the number one reason you like me, or is there other traits of mine that you find?
Well, I clearly enjoy your personality because I choose to spend time with you via the internet a lot.
Yes. It's funny because we have spent more time together away from each other online than we ever did in person when we actually lived near each other.
Which I feel like really works for both of us because that fits into our personality.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody, where we discuss the weird, the odd, the strange, the unusual, and it comes into categories like paranormal, mythological, conspiratorial, or anything else that basically fits into the strangeness area. And we deliver it 15 minutes or less, and we decide the story that we're going to talk about via the Weird World of Weekly Wheel. Or what is it again?
I don't know. It changes every time. The Wacky Whippy World Weekly News Wheel. I give up.
Really, it's the Wheel of Weird, but
yeah. It's more fun to say random W words strung together.
And that's the thing every time. That's what happens. So we have to continue that tradition. All right. So the stories that we have this week to choose from are the following: the Dyatlov Pass incident.
Sounds Russian.
It is. It's exactly where it's from.
Go figure.
Movie sets that came with a ghost. Project Bluebeam. Mysteries from the Emerald Isle. Documents from whistleblowers show that CIA was responsible for the 2001 anthrax attacks. And CNN reporters attacked by ghosts live on the air. So are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you mentally, physically, all that? Are you ready?
I even have pants on.
Well, that's even better. So here we go. Let's spin the weird world of Weekly Wheel of Wackiness. There you go. All right. I think I'm ready. Here we go. I'm psyching myself up here. What's it going to land
push-ups. Do some push-ups, Dave.
All right. Project Bluebeam. What the hell is that? Let's find out. Start the timer. 15 minutes or less. Let's wind up the clock. There we go. All right. So Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy, and we love conspiracies. And this is one I've never heard of before until just recently. It claims that NASA is attempting to implement a New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head and start a new world order via a technologically simulated second coming. So,
isn't a religion with the Antichrist at its head called Satanism?
Yeah. But it's gonna be different because it's gonna be manufactured. It's gonna be a new thing.
It's gonna be a steampunk Satanism.
Yes. Funny goggles and monocles.
Yeah. Satan loves steam.
Mm-hmm. No, this sounds very much like what's Tom Cruise's religion?
Scientology.
Scientology. It sounds very much like Scientology. By the way, we have a huge Scientology building here in Ottawa.
Really?
Downtown. Yeah.
Oh man.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't get it. But then again, people don't understand, Christianity, so it's the same argument in both directions. So I get it.
Whatever floats your boat. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, I'm fine with it. Okay.
I agree.
But apparently there's been some people killed involving Scientology, so maybe that's bad.
There's been people killed in the name of Christianity too.
Yeah.
But that's a different podcast.
Yeah, okay.
We could be here all day.
The allegations were presented in 1994 by Quebecois journalist and conspiracy theorist Serge Monast. Quebecois is Quebec, just in case you didn't know
So I figured.
And later published in his book, Project Bluebeam. Proponents of the theory allege that Monast and another unnamed journalist, who both died of a heart attack in 1996, were in fact. What do you think? What happened? What do you think they think happened?
I assumed. Well, I don't know.
They were killed off. They were assassinated.
Well, I assumed that they were killed. I thought you wanted to know how they were killed.
Oh no.
Or like it's French, so maybe they thought they drowned them in poutine, some gravy or something.
If that would be my ideal way to die, is just eat poutine.
We're gonna kill you. How do you plan on doing it? Do you mind just drowning me in gravy? Well, that's weird, but okay. Let's do this.
So, this conspiracy involves the Canadian government kidnapping Monast's daughter in an effort to dissuade him from investigating Project Bluebeam.
Which is weird. You usually don't hear the Canadian government doing crazy stuff like kidnapping someone's daughter.
No, they're very nice. The Canadian people and the Canadian government are all very, very nice. So this is, yeah, you're right. It's weird. It's really weird. Okay, so the primary claimed perpetrator of the Project Bluebeam is NASA, presented as a large and mostly faceless organization that can readily absorb such frankly odd accusations. And by the way, this comes from the Rationale wiki. So these guys are trying to debunk this conspiracy theory because that's what rationales do. Okay, so another organization involved in this conspiracy is the United Nations. According to Monast, or Monet, maybe, I don't know. The project has 4 steps. Are you ready for the 4 steps, Matt?
Hit me. Okay. Is acceptance one of them?
Oh, sorry. Then you have to track down each person that you wronged throughout your life.
Oh, this could be a while. We're going to be here all day.
Those are the additional steps after this. There's a whole bunch of them. It's kind of like the Constitution. There's amendments to it. So step 1 requires the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. This will apparently be accomplished by faking earthquakes, which I don't know how they would do, to precise locations around the planet. So they'd have to, number 1, create an earthquake, and number 2, focus it into a certain area to destroy everything. So I don't know how they would do that unless they just blow it up and say, oh, it was an earthquake. That could be too.
That's possible.
Fake new discoveries at these locations will finally explain to all people the error of all fundamental religion doctrines, specifically Christian and Muslim doctrines. Step 2 involves a gigantic space show, which I want to see. I've been waiting for the space show for many, many years. Wherein 3-dimensional holographic laser projections will be beamed all over the planet. And this is where Bluebeam really takes off. The projections will take the shape of whatever deity is most predominant in that area. So they're going to have different shows for different parts of the world and will speak in all languages. At the end of this light show, the gods will all merge into one god, the Antichrist. Dum, dum, dum. Are you scared yet?
No, it just doesn't make sense. I guess. Whatever.
Okay. Step 3. You ready for step 3?
Yes.
Step 3 is telepathic electronic two-way communication. It involves making people think their god is speaking to them through telepathy, projected into the head of each person individually using extreme low-frequency radio waves.
You know, there's a much easier way to do stuff like this. It's called LSD.
Gonna spike the water supply of the whole world.
Scarecrow get it in the, Batman Begins.
Oh, I'm so impressed whenever you break out a reference from the world of science fiction and comics. I'm so happy. Like we were talking about, it's when we're recording this, it's Record Store Day, and you're all geeking out about Record Store Day. I'm geeking out about Comic Book Day, which is coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Huh. I should have just assumed that was a thing. Oh, my second, I'll be damned.
And I also got a $20 gift card from our local comic book store from my wife last night for our anniversary. So I'm pretty excited about that as well.
Nice. You're still in that honeymoon phase, Dave. It's just a good night when my wife still lets me sleep inside the house. I'm just kidding.
All right. So the final step, the final initial step, has 3 parts. So it's step 4, and it has 3 parts. Number 1, making humanity think an alien invasion is about to occur at every major city. Making the Christians think the rapture is about to happen. And number 3, a fixture of electronic and supernatural forces, allowing the supernatural forces to travel through fiber optics, coax, power, and telephone lines to penetrate all electronic equipment and appliances that will by then all have a special microchip installed.
So step 1's pretty easy. It's called Fox News. Step 2 is pretty easy because it's already happened like 4 times, and it's also called Fox News.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you do 1 and 2, people will just assume that 3 is possible.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about the 3 parts of step 4?
Yes, correct. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So making humanity think that an alien invasion is about to occur in every major city is not that hard, as long as you can get the news to say it's going to happen, because then people will lose their minds.
You get enough of the special news alerts that CNN has or whatever.
Yes.
Breaking news. You make that special ticker. The special ticker with the breaking news story. Not the first ticker, but the 3rd one on top of that one.
If you can get that to scroll across the bottom of your screen, you're set.
All right. So, do you think this conspiracy is real?
No. No.
You'd be absolutely 100% right, because, and this is the funniest part, all the steps of the conspiracy theory were in an unmade mid-1970s Star Trek film script by Gene Roddenberry. Okay, so in the mid-1970s, Gene Roddenberry was approached by CBS Paramount to relaunch the Star Trek series because it was doing phenomenally well in syndication, right? So that eventually became Star Trek the Motion Picture. They didn't do the new series. It just they kind of morphed it into the motion picture in 1979. But then later on, that same script was used, recycled for the Star Trek The Next Generation episode Devil's Due, broadcast in 1991. So everybody listening, jump on Netflix and watch Devil's Due, and all of what we've talked about, not the specifics of this, but the general idea of this conspiracy comes from that episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. Which I think is awesome that this person took something out of media, out of the entertainment field, and made it a whole conspiracy around it. It's awesome. All right.
People are dumb.
We haven't had a good conspiracy theory for a while, and I'm very happy that we were able to talk about this.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention this on the last episode, but Brad Ludwig, who is my co-host on the Alien Invasion and the Sci-Fi Geek Club that you've been a host on before, he found a website, a SoundCloud website that has taken number station audio and put it to beats. Did you see the link that was posted?
I saw the link, but I did not pay any attention to it.
Okay, I'm going to try to add that to the show notes of at least this episode. But if you want to see it now, go to our Facebook group. Just search for Galactic Netcasts in groups and join us, because we'd love to have you part of the group. There's some cool stuff, cool people in there, and some cool stuff talked about. So join us in the Facebook group, or you can follow us on Twitter and Google Plus Actually, we have a really cool, convenient link on our website, galacticnetcast.com. It's called the Galactic Collective. It's on the main page. Just click on that, and all the details as to what to follow and what to do will be there on that page. And of course, subscribe to our podcast as well. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever fine podcasts are sold for complete free, because we don't charge you a single dime. And please give us a favorable review and 5-star on iTunes if you go that route. Actually, if you go Stitcher, they give you an option to rate and review episodes and podcasts as well. So Stitcher and iTunes, you can do that. Otherwise, just tell your friends and family about Weird World Weekly and the other shows of the Galactic Netcasts family. All right, that's going to do it, Matt. Did you have fun?
I always have fun with you, Dave.
All right, until next time, what do you want to do?
Keep it weird.
All right. Weird. Right, I think I'm losing it, so let's leave.